Music theory is essentially of no use to us unless we can apply it directly to the guitar. And that's what this entire section is about, the fretboard. Specifically, we're going to be taking a deep dive into using both major and minor scales to derive the diatonic triads from each, and seeing how we can visualize them across the fretboard, including inversions. Before we jump in, make sure that you have downloaded and have opened the Diatonic Triads associated PDF that we'll be using together to go through this. Let's start things off by referring to example A on the C major scale. We're just going to refresh our memories on, what the scale sounds like, the intervals that make it up, and how it looks on the guitar. We're going to use the A string as a reference point to get into that. So I'm just going to start on the note C to D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. So this is a root, major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major six, major seven, and it's octave. So how the exercise is going to work is that on each of these scale degrees, we're going to stack its associating third and fifth to create the diatonic chords in the key of C. We're going to go through one string at a time, starting on the low E string, the low in pitch E string, the deepest sounding one, and systematically ascend the scale, stacking thirds and fifths each time on the adjacent strings. And this will give us the 7 diatonic chords of the key. So let's take a look at example B on the E string root. Now, how it works is that, again, I'm going to be using the C major scale, but I'm going to be starting on the note G. This is the 5th of the key. I'm starting on G so I can get the most out of the guitar. Like if I started way up on C and I start ascending, I'm missing out on all these chords down here. So I'm just starting on the lowest note possible in the scale so that we can maximize the use of the fretboard here. So again, in the key of C, starting on the note G, and we need to stack its third. So you can ask yourself, maybe pause, what is the third of G? It's the note B. So now I need to find the note B on the adjacent string, on the closest string. That'll be the A string. So where is a B on the A string? Well, this is A, B flat, B. There's a B here. So I'm going to play a G and B. Right? I've got the root and the third so far. And I need to grab its fifth now. So what is G's fifth? It's the note D. G, B, D are the root, the third, and the fifth of G. So I need to find a D on the next string. Luckily, it's pretty easy to get because it is the D string. So then I can play the root, the third, and the fifth. Right? This is the G major chord in the key of C. This is the 5 chord. And this is a way to play G that is a full and complete G in the same way that this is, which, guitar players usually reference. There are many ways to play G, and if we just took a closer look at this, I guess I kind of played a little bit differently than most. I don't like having the third in the bass, but normally people play like this. Okay, this is a root, a third, a fifth, a root, a third, and a root. There's just 3 notes in this big chord here. And it's the same 3 notes that we're playing here. This is a full G chord. Now we're going to systematically go through and ascend to the next note in the scale, which will be the note A. I go up to A, and now I go through the exact same process. I ask, what is the third of A? You can pause if you need. Well, it's the note C. So now I need to find the note C on its adjacent string, on the A string. So either you can kind of know where it is instantly, or whatever process you need to go through to find out where a C is. You can go A, B flat, B, up to C. So here's the answer. There's a C. I've got an A and a C. Now I need its fifth, which is the note E. So there's a D string here, D flat, E. So I've got A, C, E. So this is an A minor chord. I've got G major, A minor. This is the 5 chord. This is the 6 chord. So far. Let's continue. So we're going to go to the next note in the scale now, which is the note B. And I need to grab its third, which is D. There's a D here. And I need to grab its fifth, which is F. And there's an F over here. Kind of a wide shape. Also, a little technique thing, if you're just getting used to these kind of stretches, I highly recommend using your index and then middle finger for the 3rd to the 5th fret. Don't get into a habit of using your ring finger, even though it may seem easier. Trust me, maybe you'll thank me one day. I'd recommend doing it like this. So this is the 7 chord in the key of C. This is B diminished. Root flat 3, flat 5. And we continue. Let's go up to the next note of the scale being C. Its 3rd is E, and its 5th is G. They are here. This is C, E, G. This is the 1 chord of the key, C major. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 1. So far, major, minor, diminished, major. Let's continue. C goes up to D. D's 3rd is F. Its 5th is A. This is D minor, the 2 chord. D is going to walk up to the next note of the scale being E. E's 3rd is G. There's one here. Its 5th is B. There's one here. E, G, B. This is the 3 chord, E minor. E goes up to F. F's 3rd is A. F's 5th is C. F goes up to G. G's 3rd is B. G's 5th is D. This is the 5 chord, G major. So now we've gone through the entire scale. Yes, we started on the 5th degree. This is like 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we stacked the 3rds and 5th for each, which give us the corresponding diatonic triads. Another name for this, actually, people can refer to this as a chord scale. We're playing a chord scale right now. So this is G major, A minor, B diminished, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major. If you're playing an acoustic guitar, by the way, just go as high as you can. And even if you can't maybe play the chords cleanly, at least be able to visualize them up your neck. So now what I'm about to say is probably the most important takeaway from this exercise, is that now we can visualize these as shapes. I don't know, maybe you actually noticed that every time there was a major chord, it looked the same. The hand did the same position. Like when I'm playing C major, right, I've got a note to this guy right next to it, and then this one's over here. It's like 4 frets wide, ring finger with a pinky. That's the major shape. And it happens on C, on F, and G. So you can actually just take that out of it. Anytime you do this shape, it's going to be a major chord off of this root note. So if I pick, it doesn't even matter. If I go to this guy, this note is A. If I want to play A major, I do the major shape. This is A major. And the same goes for the other ones as well. All of the minor shapes, for example, when we're on D minor, right? This is the one where the pinky and the middle finger are wide. D minor. If I want to make it major, D major. D minor. And then there was the diminished shape, which happened on B. Okay, so if I want to play C diminished, I go here, play this shape. Eventually, you'll learn to see, and I'll be emphasizing this as I go, to see independent intervals. I can see that's a minor 3rd. That's what flat 5s look like over there. So far we've got 3 shapes, all relative to the low E string. We've got major, minor, and diminished. So if you think about it, I just taught you 36 chords. There are 12 notes on this string, right? And we've got major shapes for each of them. These are all major shapes relative to my pinky being the root note. We've got minor shapes, again, relative to my pinky, and we've got diminished. So I hope that you can see that by going through the diatonic chords in the key of C, it gives us specific shapes that we can extrapolate, create principles out of, and then use as a reference points to take the shapes to apply anywhere on the E string. These are the E string shapes.